3, 2, 1.
Welcome, Bree from Rebel Wax. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you for coming out here.
Thank you for having me.
You guys, first of all, she flew out. Yeah, you did fly out.
I
When
did
you fly?
I was on a
Yesterday.
plane. Yesterday. Yep.
Well, she flew out for me, you guys. Okay, that's what I'm going to say. She flew out for us. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Bree Mesquit, esthetician of 14, maybe 15 years now. I think I need to recalculate at this point. But I started off in the treatment room. Real quick backstory. Started off in the treatment room, developed a product, our first product in 2020. And now we're more in the product and education space.
Yes. Can I just say, I just knew you from, huge fan.
Thank you.
From your wax mat.
Yes, that was product number 1.
You guys.
The wax pad.
If you don't have that, what the fuck are you doing? That was huge. When she, after that, I kind of seen a lot of brands.
Yeah.
You know, but
it happens.
You were the OG. Yeah. Okay, let's just say that. OG.
That.
But
yes.
I was a huge fan. And then after that, I think I've seen you at a couple shows, like conventions.
Mm-hmm.
And then every time I would stop by and try to get something, you had too many people.
It's wild. It blows my mind. We are so great. It's insane. The trade shows are so fun.
Yeah. How long have you been doing the trade shows?
Wow. Okay. When did we do our first? I feel like this would be year 3, potentially year 4. I'd have to look back on my camera roll.
And you've gone to every New York.
No. So we did Vegas first, which is the Super Bowl of freaking trade shows, right? So we just dove all in. Then Long Beach. And then I've been a speaker at a few different ones. We will be in New York in March, but I don't have a booth. I'm going to be a speaker. So I'm teaching all about ads.
Oh, yeah, okay. So how many classes are you going to teach?
That one I have that one's 1. And then we'll be in Anaheim in February. So
for
coming
Premiere.
up here. Yes, for Premiere. We'll have a booth. And then I'm doing 3 classes for Premiere.
Okay, give me the tea real quick. Is it true what they say to get a booth at these conventions, it's really expensive?
Oh, extremely expensive. It's very, very expensive. Yeah.
I just found this out yesterday from Lady Pang.
Because
she's doing her first ever convention in New York.
I think she's a speaker with me.
Yes.
Well, not together.
But she got a booth too.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So we were talking all about it. She's like, D, do you know how expensive these shows are?
Oh, yeah. And that's the lower cost of a show, honestly, is the booth. Then it's internet per device per day. It's electricity for your booth per wax pot.
You have to pay for electricity?
You have to pay for electricity. And sometimes they want their people to bring in your items. And we've learned a lot from doing trade shows. We've gotten a $7,000 bill before for them bringing in. Yeah. No, I'm not. We're putting money into those, but it's worth it for our customers.
I was just about to say that. Is it worth it?
Yeah. I would say short-term gain, maybe potentially not, but long game, yes, from a business standpoint. But then connecting with our customers in person, you can't put a price tag on that. So, yeah. For me, it's 100% worth it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm shoot. Vegas, if you're here this year, are you going to go?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to stop by.
Yeah.
And this time I'm cutting everybody in line because if you guys go to her booth, it's literally surrounded.
It's so amazing.
And I'm fuck, I can never go. I want to go talk to her, but how can I go? We filmed last year or the year before that. I think it was the year before that. And we brought the podcast to the convention.
Super cool.
And it was so bad. Sweating. It was so hot in there.
Oh, yeah.
And I tried, I was trying to talk to people, but it's just so crammed in there.
Yeah.
So we learn our mistakes for next year if we do it because, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, we have some juicy questions for you.
I'm ready.
And you guys, she doesn't know these pre-questions, okay?
Nope.
They're a little juicy.
Live.
Okay, let me ask you the first one.
Okay.
What challenges did you face early on that most waxers don't talk about?
Ooh.
When building a business, obviously.
Do you want the personal stuff or the business specific stuff?
Give me both.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, I would say personal wise, I was a teen mom, so I had a young baby, when I was she turned 1 when I was in aesthetic school. So that was a huge challenge and hurdle personally.
Mm-hmm.
Had some big loss and things like that. So a lot of personal challenges for sure but at least we are our business, right?
Yeah.
So people like to say, don't take things personal or whatever, but this is a very personal the industry we're in, and then being solopreneurs, really, it's like it all leaks into each other. So going through personal things can leak into the business. But the business specifically, shoot, let me think first.
See, I got her, you guys.
Yeah, no, it's a good one. I feel like I had to there's a lot of trial and error, because you have to remember I got my license like 15 years ago.
So it's so different now.
So different. And we have so much more information available to us now that we didn't then. So I had to make a lot of mistakes, which is why I'm so big on going on podcasts like this and the education that I'm putting out. It's like, let me teach you from the mistakes that I made and how to learn the hard way. Yeah. I mean, going solo, there were so many, like from getting scammed out of renting from somewhere and then that falling through. And
well, let me ask you. So when you first started waxing, did you work at any like place first and then did you go solo?
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you my journey briefly. So straight out of aesthetic school, I went to a day spa.
Okay.
I thought I wanted to do facials and skincare. And then, I did enjoy it, but then I wasn't making a ton of money where I was at. I learned a lot. I love the owner, still friends. Amber, you guys got to follow her. She's amazing. She owns Facial Lounge in Corona Del Mar. Anyways, so I worked there, and then she did a sugaring course for us, brought someone in. I was like, ooh, this is okay. Hair removal. I didn't really like give it too much thought. We didn't do too much of it in school. And then European Wax Center was looking for people local. So they called my school. My school recommended me. I went and interviewed, and I ended up taking the job because I saw the income potential, and I also liked the fast pace. And I really like their structure because I'm very goal oriented and knowing you can move up levels. So I was like, ooh, this is you. Cool. This is up my alley. Yeah. But once I got in, like, I call it Hell Week, but it's training week, but it's Hell Week for waxers. It's wild. True? Oh, it's intense, but I'm all for it. You get the reps and sets in quick, like sink or swim, baby, with that one. So that week was gnarly, but once I got past that and I fell in love with waxing. So did that for a while and then went solo in 2017. So I've been solo since then.
And then did you go into like straight a room out of like a lounge like here, or did you go like a solo salon?
I rented a room in the back of a hair salon. But it was a hair salon. I love the owner to death. We still stay in contact, but they were probably in their 60s. So it was very different, like type of clientele. So there was 0 foot traffic. There was no referrals from any of the other women working in there. I really had to learn to market myself, that's when I started realizing how important social media is for
how long were you there for?
I was there for probably 2 years, and then we got our own storefront pretty nearby. And then there was one space in between that I was going to move to. The lady ended up being a complete nut job. I'm just going to say that because she was, and she ripped us off.
Out of the storefront? Like you were...
No, not a store. I was going to rent another room. But I was looking forward to the other girls working there. I thought it could be a little bit better of like collaboration and stuff with them. But the owner, the other girls were fantastic, but the owner just, she was a little bit crazy. But at that point, I remember she stole like $800 from us. And at that point, it might as well have been like $80,000. Like we were still very much on the build and the climb. We have 3 young children trying to make it in Orange County.
Stop. So you started in Orange County then?
Born and raised in Huntington Beach. I always worked in Corona Del Mar and Newport. Taking clients, but we moved to Central Oregon, Bend, Oregon specifically, 5 years ago. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So transitioning from, did you have clients? You had nothing out there, right? So it was kind of
complete. I used to say starting from scratch, but it was starting from experience though, because I had already built a clientele before. But for 2 years, I did travel back and forth to continue to take clients. So at first I was traveling back weekly. It was absolutely insane time of my life, but I did what I needed to do. Then I was able to work it down to like once a month. I would work 2-3, usually 3 days. I would do 14-hour days. It's like I would just do whatever I needed to do. My kids were home with my husband, so I'm like, if I'm going to be down here, it's going to be I'm working. And taking clients. So I did that for a while. Would still host my wax classes. I started doing private training in 2017 as well, because I was a trainer for European Wax Center. I'm like, I didn't see anyone else really providing training. Like you were forced to have to go to European Wax Center, which I'm an advocate still for that. I have nothing against doing that. It was a great start for me, but yeah, it was crazy. The travel and all that. So I did that for about 2.5 years as I built slowly in Bend, and then eventually was able, and our product as well.
So how long did you wax for until you realized like you were going to come out with your product line?
So 2020 was the wax pad. That's when we made that. And I made that really for myself. We never had the intention to ever come out with products. So as I mentioned earlier, I was like realizing how important social media is for building your clientele. I wasn't really focused on other professionals at that point. I was just trying to build my clientele. And this sounds so silly. Well, people will get it nowadays. It sounded more silly back then. But when filming my videos of like demoing, you know, a waxing service, I hated the background of my videos because our brand is very pink. So I was like, I want a pink background, like need a material that the wax, like, so I can not use the exam paper and like it's always sticking to people.
And
that's when it was born. My husband was in the alley. He bought a jet ski, which I was so mad about. But now I'm not. I'm like, okay, this actually was part of the divine plan.
It was meant to happen.
It was meant to happen. But he was using fabric, or what would you call it? Material to reupholster the seat. I was like, wait, like it was like literally one of those light bulb moments, right? And I was like, I need to try this out and see if wax like sticks to this and stuff. So I tested it out for a while myself. We made our first prototype just for me to be using for my videos, but I only had like maybe 3,000 followers at that point. I posted it and people just went crazy. They're like, how do I get one? I want one. I'll Venmo you right now. I'll come drop off money at the salon. I'm like, holy all right, I need to figure out now how to make like more of these. It's funny though, because my store, because we were in our storefront at this point, and we were right next to a tailor. So I went over to her. I'm like, hey, this is my vision. Like, can you make these for me? So she was making the first few, and then we got too busy. She's like, I can't do, I have clothes to hem and sew, and I have my own business going on. So
when oh my gosh, shout out to the jet ski, shout out to the hubby, shout out to all of that. So then that was your first drop, was the waxing pad. And then I remember I bought one. I literally have it. I used to, how I seen it, I don't remember who used it, but a lot of brow artists started like putting their products on there. And it just looks so like aesthetically pleasing. I was like, I don't know what that is, but I need it.
Yeah.
Like,
that's awesome.
So after you came out with that, your first year, I want to know something juicy. Like, in that year, was it just wax pad, and then you kind of were like working on wax behind the scenes, or
like for Rebel wax?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't really even in my thought at all until, okay, so that was 2020. I'm really bad with timelines.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to look through my camera roll for pictures of the date. But I'm pretty sure it was the end of 2022, beginning of 2023. Honestly, what launched Rebel Wax was I had been an ambassador for a ton of different brands based on just me using it on my clients and really loving it. They'd reach out to me. I'm like, I'm already promoting it anyways. Yeah, let's do an ambassadorship or affiliate or whatever. But then a lot of times I see the back end of these companies, or I'd see they treated me fantastic, but the people I was referring weren't getting the best customer service. So I had a really hard time at that point of time finding a brand that checked all the boxes for me of great customer service, a quality product without formula changes. That was the biggest thing. And then like education behind it as well. And I couldn't find that. So there was one defining moment. I was owed, this will be your juicy little tea for you. I'm not going to name the brand, but I was owed about a $12,000 affiliate check. And I brought this brand in hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars of customers, and they did not pay. And I was like, I'm not gonna say a bad word, but I was like, screw you.
Yeah.
In that moment, I was like, I've got to do it myself, because I can't ethically support and promote these brands anymore to other estheticians.
Yeah. So then that's kind of how Rebel was created.
So I called my friend Amber that I mentioned earlier, because she has her own product line, skincare line. But I just asked her, I'm like, how do I even get the ball rolling with finding a lab and a manufacturer? And like, I asked her all the questions, and she really set me on the right path, and then just a lot of trial and error. And but it's been a great.
Can I ask you, when I think I had maybe a bag of the pink
shimmer.
Yeah. So I think when you first came out, the formula, did you ever change the formulas after when they launched?
No, but the first bag I created the formula based on what I wanted to be using, right? Which was probably, looking back, if I ever were to launch something so new, I would probably send out to people to get more feedback, but I created what I wanted to be using on my clients. Gel, I then realized, is kind of an advanced formula, and there's definitely a learning curve to it and a very specific way it needs to be used. So then I was like, okay, we need to expand this to make something that's going to work for everyone. And it depends on a lot of different factors too. Like, people don't always take into consideration with wax where you are working, and the climate you're working makes a big difference. For example, being here in Orange County, it's more humid than now where I'm at in Oregon. It's very dry. It's considered high desert. So a cream base is going to work a little bit better in a drier environment for some, or, so there's so many different factors. Yeah. So then I was like, okay, we have the gel. A lot loved it and a lot struggled with it. So then I came out with the cream, and then I was like, you know what? Because I personally like to mix them. I'm like, why don't we just have a pre-mix bag for people? So we were the first to pre-mix a gel and cream hybrid 50-50. There are a lot of options. I just love, so people get upset about like copycatters and all that, right? But I'm like, you know what? We can always own that we were a pioneer of something new.
Yes,
and
I love that.
If others follow, it's fine. There's enough for everybody.
So how do you feel like when people are like, obviously give credit when it's due, right?
I do appreciate that, but nothing's owed to me. I'm just going to keep working hard.
But I just want to say it because I'm going to say it. I think you're the OG of the waxing pad. I'm just going to say it.
Thank you. I appreciate
because
that.
I see a lot of brands doing it.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to, give you your crown on that one because that is the OG of the waxing pad. Okay.
Very much. I do.
Okay. So let's get into another question.
Okay.
All
right.
How did you go from being a service provider to an educator? Or to mentor? Like, how did that happen?
Yeah, that just kind of happened naturally too, because I was training at European Wax Center. And then when I was no longer working there, I just saw the need. The whole theme, if you take away one thing, is see a problem, be the solution. So I continued to see problems, and if there wasn't already a solution, then I would create the solution. So that was a big problem that I saw back then, was there wasn't many options for girls to go and get training outside of committing to working at a European Wax Center. So I was already training. I had the knowledge. So I would just do like weekend classes on a Sunday or a Monday when I wasn't taking clients.
So how do you feel? What would be some advice to give to a future mentor or a future, educator?
Yeah, I would say you have to do the thing that you're going to be trying to teach. So when I see the year 1, year 2 estheticians, it's not fair or ethical to me for them to go and be trying to, okay, there are some unicorns out there that could probably master waxing it within that amount of time. Fine. But mastering the technique for yourself versus learning how to articulate that and train someone else how to do it, and then know how to make things click for different learning styles, it's a whole different ball game. So my advice would be, first focus on mastering it for yourself, doing the thing,
mastering the
craft. Mastering your craft. And then, because a lot of times there's the business aspect to it too. So people are wanting to learn the business end, but it's like, if you haven't built the business, you haven't been in it.
How are you?
It's not fair yet to pass that along. So have some years under your belt, some experience, and then learn to teach. Learn to lead because it's one thing to be really good at doing it, but then to be able to teach that so that it clicks for people is a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, because, we've always talked about education on this podcast, and future mentors, and like everyone thinks that they could teach, and you have your esthetician license for not even a year, and you're,
Yeah.
But I just see your page is all full of education. So that kind of draws me to you. Like, I know that I would learn something from you. And I think that in this industry, like, that's what you kind of want to look out for, especially like what they're posting, how they're talking, so.
Yeah.
I really, really, I think that that's what drew me to your page. Was the first thing. How long after when you started working for European and then you went solo, how long after did you start teaching? Like, how long did it take you?
I actually taught, I'm pretty sure almost immediately. This one lady comes to mind. She was actually in Temecula. I was super pregnant. So yes, I was pregnant. So that was right when I went solo. Honestly, within a month probably. But I had already been training for European for like a couple years at that point. So I would train my location and then also 3 other locations. And then I did some regional training. So they would send me to like the regional training and I would come back and teach, pass it along to the other girls at the center. So I wasn't new to training. It was just new for me doing it for myself.
And you know, a lot of people in this industry, like they're speed waxers, right? Were you a speed waxer too as well? I
was the first red level at the Newport Beach location. Like looking back now, I'm like, how did I get that done? I could do 5 services within 15 minutes.
And what systems helped you not to get like a burnout? Like what, like
I've come to realize with a lot of like, I have a business coach and we've done a lot of work over the past year. I've just come to, I'm like built different, man. It's just how like when I'm not actively chasing a super outrageous goal and being pushed and kind of in chaos, like it's not good for, like, I don't do well with that. So, I don't know. I don't know. I thrive in that environment, I have to say. But as I'm getting older, I'm realizing when I'm getting close, like I can see the signs of getting close to that. And we have like fail safes now. It's like when I tell my husband like, hey, we need to go do like a quick like coast trip or something. Like we know it's like, okay, it's time to like unplug for a sec. Yeah. But it takes me like 24, 48 hours and I'm itching to get back in. So I don't know if I was born that way, if it's like, I don't know what it's from, but I thrive in it.
A lot of people obviously are speed waxers and they take like 25 Brazilians a day. And it's like, how do you not mentally and physically get burnt out? You know, like for me, because I do facials and I do wax and stuff, but after I do like 8 facials, I'm clocked out. Like mentally, I'm clocked out. And I'm like, when I go home to my man, I said, you know, I don't have a social battery right now.
Yeah. Oh, I 100%.
You know, and I feel like when you have work with so many different personalities, you kind of have to adapt to that client's personality.
You're a chameleon. Yeah. You have to chameleon to there. Yeah. But I think it's really important to know your limit. Comparison is the thief of joy. So you can't compare what works for someone else may not work for you. And that's the beauty of being our own business owners is you get to set the standard and you get to know your self-awareness is very important. And then setting like, okay, this is my limit. I am capable of giving my all to each client if I cap at 20 Brazilians a day. Someone else's might be 30. Someone else's might be 10. And like, that's okay. So I think we really need to stop with such harsh comparison and judgments of ourselves of not doing enough. I think everyone's enough is different.
Damn.
Mic drop. No,
yeah, no, did you see my face?
Like, I don't want to break your mic and drop. Just kidding. But I think that's really important.
No, it is. Like, that is like, you said it so perfectly because I'm like, draw up. That's like Mike Marla. Your content is, again, very educational. How did you, find your content style? Like, in the beginning, did you kind of start like the before and afters, or how did you kind of transition into that?
I just showed up as I am, and I'm like made the promise to myself, like I'm just gonna show up authentically, and people can take it or leave it. And thank God they've taken it. Sometimes now, I don't know. There's some.
Let's be real though. You got some haters. Do you think?
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%. But they're mega fans. They just won't admit it. I'm just kidding. No. Everyone has their own reasons. Like hurt people. So if people are trying to spew out hate and hurt, I've done a lot of self-work over the past couple years. So I can see it's like that comes from such a deeper place that has nothing to do with me. I'm just like I'm the punching bag for that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine.
No, but I think that your page, like how we were talking, how you post so much 3 times a day, right? Like I really see like how much education again that you put out there. But how was your content before?
Oh my God, it's terrible. I should send you guys a clip so you can like,
insert it here or something.
It's terrible.
What was it? Like, was it?
I was just so awkward and like everyone hates their voice on I still hate it. I like try really hard not to watch my stuff back too much because I'm like, why do I sound like that? People listen, this is weird.
Really?
Yeah, no, I don't like I know it's weird to like hear that because people are like, you're so natural at it.
Yeah.
But I've been doing it consistently since 2017. So with anything, just like learning waxing, your first strip probably sucked and was ugly. Your second strip probably still sucked. Maybe it got a little prettier. Your third, your fourth, your fifth, your 10th. Like I've made tens of thousands of pieces of content at this point. So it's like, it's the sets and reps. And the first time you do anything is going to be terrible. But you have to be willing to suck. And embarrassment is the price of admission. So I've just gotten over that. I'm like, all right, I'm going to be willing to suck and be willing to be embarrassed. And I know that on the other side of it's going to be growth if you don't quit.
Yeah, I want to see those videos.
Oh, yeah, I'll send you some.
I'm like, okay.
They're still up on my Instagram. You can scroll back or go on my YouTube, on my podcast and press oldest and see my first. Oh, my. It's terrible.
Where were you? Like, you were just holding a little mic or you didn't even have that?
We did have a mic. I think we had one of these. We borrowed from our videographer. I don't remember, with one little chair and all white background. I don't think we had very great lighting. I don't know. I can't remember, but it wasn't that good. I look back and I'm like, and like our angles were super weird. And
let me ask you, your social media, because it's so, you're pretty big on Instagram, okay? Followers, you're there. You made it, okay? Do your kids feel proud? You're like, Mom, that's my mom. I can't wait for my son. He's like, that's cool. Gonna watch back on these videos. You're like, oh my God, that's mom.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But how did you grow your Instagram? Was it kind of based on the edge? Because you went from 3,000, I think now you're at 64.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
How did you grow your social media?
Consistency, man. Showing up, just pressing post, not overthinking things. And then learning, of course. Like with anything, you need to also reevaluate and then, okay, what's working? Do more of that. What's not working? But you have to give things enough time. People will be like, okay, I tested it. Okay, how many times did you test it? Well, I posted it twice and it never. That's not enough. Times that by 100. Post 200 times. Then you have enough market research to know if that's something that's landing with people or not.
So how has social media impact your income?
Oh my gosh, that's how we make our sales. Yeah, social media. That's where the attention is. Like it allows little guys to really square up with the big guys, right? Because we, like, back in the day, you had to buy a billboard, you had to pay for radio ads, you had to pay for a TV ad. Like
I paid for a fucking billboard.
That's super cool.
And it was right here in the front, too.
I love that. That's so amazing.
But I get it.
Yeah. But like that used to be the only option.
Yeah.
And like people's attention was on the radio when they're driving, or now I'm making myself sound really old. The people are like watching this are probably like, why? I've never I've been listening to Spotify since I was born. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
But anyways, that used to be like the only options for us. But people's attention is on social media. So yeah, I mean, without it, we wouldn't have what we have.
Yeah. Are you ever on I know TikTok shop is a huge thing. Obviously, you don't want to sell your wax on there because it's only for professionals, but like your waxing pads.
Yeah.
Do you ever get on there?
We're working on TikTok shop right now. It's a process.
See? I got a little secret.
It is a process. But our wax pads, I think they did get approved. So they may be on there. I should know this. I've been a little distracted by other things.
Hey, but you know what? If you see them in 2026, just know you gotta hear first, okay?
I know our waxer t-shirts are on there for sure. So if you guys want to wax,
oh my gosh, if I see you on TikTok shop and you know how they do the little bells, like, oh my God, we got a sale. I'm on that live, you guys.
That is one thing we want to do this year is live shopping.
Yeah, because it's a huge thing right now, TikTok shop.
Oh yeah.
I have a friend that was on this podcast too. And they sold cuticle oil, made millions.
Yeah, I've seen some. I probably have it. I've gotten so much cuticle oil from TikTok. I am a customer of TikTok Shop, 100%.
I see them and I'm like, how do I need to do? And then not even if people sell on TikTok Shop, TikTok Shop sends influencers stuff, and then they just
the affiliate marketing.
And
Yep.
So we talked about with Lady Pang recently about your affiliates with a lot of places. I think GlossGenius was one of them. Was it?
I love them.
Are you still an affiliate with them?
Oh yeah.
How do you become, like, let's say for a new esthetician or anybody in the beauty industry that wants to join, what are ways that you can be an affiliate with a brand?
Okay. This is the formula to this, you guys. So listen up. Do not just cold reach out to them and ask them to send you free stuff in order for you to make a video. You first of all need to build your own brand. So I'm huge in personal branding. Personal branding is really important. But even if you don't have that yet, that's fine. Lead with value. So I only promote things that I actually like use. So from the very beginning, I've only been affiliate with products or brands or whatever that I've already been using. And then I just start sharing what I'm using and what I'm liking. And then they reach out to me because they're grateful. They're like, I see you're using our product or promoting our product. So it's naturally come about like that. So if you're wanting to land an affiliate, just start promoting them now. Make sure you're using the product, align with the product, you actually like the product, and then you lead with value. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Like anyone I want to make connections with, especially like the realm we're in now with our business, like mastermind and our coaching and stuff, I never ask of anything of that. I will commit a year of just adding value. However, if I ever see an area where I can be of use and help to someone, I don't go in with the mindset of what's in it for me. It's how can I help add value to them? And then if something comes about from that later on, awesome. If not, that's fine too. But I really believe that you get back tenfold whatever it is you put out, both negative and positive. So that would be my suggestion. Start promoting it without being paid.
Yeah. I think that's how a lot of them start, right? Like they'll say, okay, you post a video about us and then we'll give you like a $200 off or gift card or something. And that's kind of how it starts at first. And then they kind of need to see the growth, right? From there. And that's when you kind of start making the bank. Yeah.
It's definitely different now with having my personal brand. I get a lot of things offered a lot, but like I said, I won't promote anything that I don't already use. So with GlossGenius specifically, I was a speaker at the Miami trade show, and then one of their reps was in the audience, and she came up to me and we started talking, and I was like, and at that point, this was actually probably the first brand though that I wasn't already using. I was looking into them, but she came up and talked to me, and I was super blunt and honest with her. I was like, I'm willing to take a look at it because I've heard really positive things, but I'm not willing to enter into a partnership unless it's something that I would truly use for my studio.
No, you're good.
Because I was transitioning from rental to commission based at my studio in Bend. So I was looking for a new software system to use. And I told her, I was like, I'll totally use that at my salon if it's something that I would really like. And I will scream about GlossGenius from the mountaintops.
Me too.
Do you use that?
I used to, fantastic. And I miss them so much. But I love GlossGenius too.
They're fantastic.
I love them. And I love that their customer support is on point.
It is.
And with I'm not going to say who I use right now because I would get canceled. But I miss them.
Yeah.
I was thinking about going back, which one day I will go back, but I have a contract with them. It's a lot.
Yeah. I get it.
Shout out to GlossGenius.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you another question.
Okay.
Let me see. Let me get a juicy one for you guys. How did your mindset around money change as your business grew?
Ooh. Okay, this answer is going to be very different than what you probably hear. I have a pretty interesting backstory. I'll see how much I can share of that. Okay, so
we're gonna get a lot.
There's like some legality stuff that I have to be careful that I can't say. But when my mom passed away when I was 3 years old. Okay, so then I was adopted by her parents, so my grandparents, and they both succeeded. They did very well in their in their companies that they work for. So my grandma was the VP of Bank of America, and my grandpa was VP of Ralph's Grocery Company. So like big wigs in the corporate world, right, for retail and banking.
Yeah.
So I was always exposed to, I was definitely very blessed in the lifestyle that I had as a child. So I think that I already had, like, I knew what was available to us if you work hard, right? But then because of my mom's passing, she actually passed away from toxic shock from tampon usage. They did not used to have warnings in the tampon boxes about toxic shock. So my grandma, she's a bulldog, man. So there was a lawsuit. They got the warnings now in the boxes, and on it, the company, there was a payoff to keep quiet about this, I guess I would say. So my grandma, being a banker, set my brother and I up well from that lawsuit. She was already doing well. Anyways, received that at 18, completely blew it. So the mindset that I needed to break was not what a lot of people have to work towards of, I'm deserving of like money and income, and like I can't, or even not deserving, but like it's a possibility for me. I always saw it as a possibility for me to have a nice lifestyle and make money and all of that. But then I had to break the mindset of I'm not the right person to be able to manage that money, and I'm going to lose it all over again. So I had a huge fear of not being a good manager of my money and losing it. So that's something still to this day. I'm like, okay, this was a fluke that we like are successful and doing well, and I'm going to lose it all. Like there, so that's like the mindset I have to work through. So that's kind of, sorry, that was kind of long-winded.
No, but that was a lot. Hold on. We're gonna backtrack a little bit. So during that time that whole lawsuit happened, you blew it all immediately, or it kind of was
that happened when I was very little. So I don't really know exactly what went on. But when I was 18, it was a certain amount for a certain amount of years. And I was 18.
Yeah.
And I think subconsciously as well, because I didn't work through a lot of like the loss of my mom and like all the other childhood crap that a lot of us have gone through. I think I kind of saw it. I don't know if this is the right way to explain it, but almost like blood money. It's like, this money isn't going to bring my mom back. Like, you guys are trying to pay me off to be like, oh, her death was okay. Like when it was like negligence on a company's end. So I think maybe subconsciously that's what made me like get rid of it. I don't know, but I did blow it within a decent amount of time.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
have you ever talked about that before?
No, not publicly like this.
Okay, well, you heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
Wow.
Yeah. So I went from like up here to like, then my husband and I, like we were struggling. We've had to do the, going to churches and getting groceries, for us and our kids. We've lived in a fifth wheel trailer. We did that for like 3 years. Like we really struggled, but I don't regret that time at all. That was such character building, and like we wouldn't be who we are without that struggle. I love that I've had both ends of the spectrum, and now we're so clear on the life that we want to build for ourselves and for our kids.
Yeah. And so, now that you're successful and you see it kind of just views life different, because, for me too, like, when my boyfriend lost his job last year, I was taking care of everything. And I was like, how am I able, I just bought a house. I talked about this again in my podcast.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But they say that when that happened, my boyfriend, he had a very great job, and then it just got lost. Like he lost his job, and it was all on me. So I'm like, how am I able to afford living in California? First of all, is crazy. Okay,
major kudos to you.
And I'm losing my mind. Okay, literally working 7 days with a baby. My baby's 1.
Oh my gosh.
So I was just like, it was a lot, and plus, paying rent here. I was like, how am I able to overcome that? And it was like, I think that just built something in me, and I got fired up.
Oh yeah.
And it just, it does, it builds character.
Yeah. Character and a new confidence in yourself as well. It's like, that's amazing that you can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the 1% that not many people can do that.
Yeah. And a lot of people, talk about like their struggles. A lot of people that are joining, industries, they see the 6-figure waxers, they see the 7 figures.
Yeah.
But they don't see like the behind the scenes of like, is that person really struggling? We're human. We struggle.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, 100%. That's part of the human experience is struggling.
Yeah.
And obstacles.
But you know what? We're getting through it. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
And look where you are now.
Yes.
Okay. So let me ask you something else. What limiting belief do you see holding waxers back from the most? Wait, holding waxers back the most. There you go.
What limiting belief? We were just talking about this in the car. It's so mindset but I'm trying to think of something specific. I would say the biggest thing is there's such a scarcity mindset amongst a lot of people, not just wax. It's really cool now, my husband and I being in these different rooms, big rooms with big entrepreneurs in different industries. We all struggle with the same stuff. So there's not really that much that's like super industry specific, which is very interesting for me to have seen a little bit more of a look into that the past couple of years. But I think a lot of people right now are saying the industry is oversaturated. That's a huge limiting belief right now. Mm-hmm. Every industry is saturated, but there's enough for everybody. It's that I'm sorry, I may piss some people off with this one.
Oh, I love it.
But that is code to me for either I don't know how, which I have so much empathy for that and I want to teach you, or I'm not willing to learn sales and marketing.
Willing.
Yeah. It's one of those two things. You don't know, which is fine because it can be learned, but you have to be willing to learn it. Or I just don't want to do the work because we didn't get here from not putting in massive amounts of work. And if you see, actually, I wish I had the slideshow from a presentation today at my mastermind that I attended. I think they named off a bunch of different, like Elvis Presley, he comes to mind. I believe he put out, it was like 340 songs, or maybe I might be way off on the numbers, but only 40 were hits. So the percentage of his success rate was like 4% or something. So people would say, oh, that was a loss, but look at who Elvis Presley was. Yeah. So you have to be willing to just work. The guy used the word until. So it's like actually, I'm going to give an analogy real quick that I do fully remember. You might want to edit the rest of it out. I screwed it up. But okay, so a quarter, right? It has 2 sides, heads and tails. So what would you say is the likelihood of you getting heads 10 times in a row? Like flipping it and getting heads 10 times in a row?
Maybe 5.
5? Yeah. Okay, so it's actually 100%.
What?
Because I didn't specifically say you only have 10 tries. So if you wanted to get 10 in a row, you just got to keep doing it. It might take you 500 times to get 10 in a row, but you will succeed if you just work until you hit the goal that you've set out. People quit too early. That's the problem.
Oh my gosh, you got me.
It got me too. It got me
Whoa,
too. But
Marla, let's make that into a short clip, please.
It is something that Chance and I really have lived by, and I don't think I really realized that. But like my stubbornness, my poor grandparents raising me, man. I am stubborn as all hell, but it serves me well now because I will not quit. If we set our mind to something, that's just what we're gonna do.
Let me ask you, when's your birthday?
March 20th.
Pisces. No. Yeah.
I don't do
that. Okay, but
I'm not into it, but I believe I'm the last day. Or
I could just tell.
Oh yeah,
I love it. I love that. Your energy is just so like if you want it, you're gonna get it, right?
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes. What's that song? I want it. I got it.
Yeah.
I want
it. Okay, let's see. What does success look like for you now compared to the first time you started?
Ooh. Okay. Success to me now, experiences and memories made with my family, and finances to not be a barrier to be able to do that. So if my kids want to experience something, we want to experience something as a family and make memories. We used to have to miss out on a lot of things because we couldn't financially afford it. And there's still things now. Well, we're not walking around like these big ballers. Like I know things on Instagram or comparing where we're at compared to where other people, like, yes, we have had success, but we still like, it's not, we can't just go blow money on whatever we want. But anyways, that's what success really means to me. I want my kids to look back. And one of the things that I took from my childhood, my grandparents did, I'm so grateful for them. There was not a lot of time spent with them though, because of their careers. And I never wanted my career to take away from the time and memories made with my kids. I wanted them to be able to look back and like, be like, you know what? My childhood was like pretty cool. Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah.
I seen your Instagram story that you guys made pasta.
Dude, I am so proud. I am not a like housewife, homemaker. Like I'm just not.
Tell me,
I made freaking pasta.
Chance, how was it? Really? Because your daughter said, oh my God, this is 11 out of 10. This is amazing. It's like so good.
It was pretty good. I'm proud.
And just for me, the same thing. I believe that for me is success. You know, being with my son, getting to be able to make my schedule and, you know, still have financial freedom on some cases, but also like get to be with my family. Yeah. I think that's number one. Like I get to, you know, go hang out with my boyfriend if I don't want to work this. I get to be with my son and go do this and this and that. I get to take him to places, you know? So I think that's amazing. My success for sure. In the beginning, obviously, when I was single, I had no kids, I was like, you know, money, 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 right? Of course, like any entrepreneur is like the money. Yeah. But I feel like once you start, especially like working and taking clients every single day, you know, 12-hour days, I think that once you get over that money part, you see other successes. Yeah. Does that make sense?
100%. Well, our coach always says this. Having money solves the problem of not having money. And it's like, at first when I'm like, okay, what does that mean? But the reason why our definition of success changes is because once you don't have that financial strain as much, and you have a little bit more financial freedom, like you're not worried about that as much anymore. Your bills are paid, things are good. Your focus can go elsewhere. So it's like making money is important because it is a vehicle to the freedom that people are seeking. Of course, then people can go a little crazy and then just be tunnel vision.
Okay, yeah, tunnel vision.
Yeah, people have tunnel vision just on the money, but when you can like, because it is very new also to us to be able to have as much freedom as we have now because we've solved the major money issues that we had previously. It's taken a lot of work to get here to be able to have the time freedom that we have. Entrepreneurs, like it's 24/7, 365, right? It's not, I always laugh when I look back. I'm like, well, I want to go solo so I make more money and have more time. I'm like, oh my God, I quit a 9 to 5 to have a freaking 12 to 12, like 12 midnight to midnight again. Like, yeah, but it's fun. I wouldn't change it for anything.
Okay, let me ask you, where do you see, like the waxing or the beauty industry heading in the next years? What do you think some trends are going to come out? What do you think it's heading?
Do I want to say this? Because I want to do it. Well, whatever. There's enough for all of us. Events. People want that connection. Like
Marilyn Beauty.
Yes, she's done really well. That's where we met. Yes. Exactly. Exactly like that. Event and just that connection, in-person connection again. I think that's something really big. I mean, AI is already here, but I think that's going to be integrated more and more in the beauty industry. What other trends? Honestly, I'm seeing a big shift right now of people not wanting as much education. They still want it, but they really want to be entertained at the same time. So I could see, I'll just leave it at that because we have some things up our sleeves too. But
she doesn't want to share, guys.
Entertainment.
She's coming out with something.
Okay? I call it edutainment because we want to be edutating, but educating. What am I? Now I'm mixing them up. Like I really blended those two. But I want to still be educating because it's important. But we have so much information at our fingertips through Google, ChatGPT, like all the content that everyone's putting out now, which is all great things. But sometimes people just want to veg out and be entertained.
Yeah. What's the trend that you're over?
A trend that I'm over.
Let's get into it.
6'7".
Oh my gosh. Let me cover my shirts.
It's 76, but backwards.
You don't even want to know. And she's like, I don't want to look at your shirt. I'm like, what's on my shirt? Until she told me, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so over this. Okay, but like as beauty professionals, let me give you one. So maybe you can go based off this. I said it before and I'm going to say it again. I used to be a victim of it. I'm just tired of people posting what they make in a day.
Oh, yeah. Especially if you're still taking clients.
Yeah.
I don't think that's tasteful.
I don't like that.
Yeah. But, hey, you teach their own. Do your thing.
I'm
not going to do it. And none of my team members, I would not be okay with them doing that either. Depending on, there's some nuances to that. Because, like, I'm very inspired by Jane and her and what she's created and the income she's able to provide for her employees. Like, I think that's really freaking cool.
6 figures, too.
Yes. And to be able, like, I don't see a problem with that. But I think as solo estheticians that are still taking clients, I don't think it's in their best interest to be doing that. So I think it's the reason behind the sharing of that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Give me another one. What do you think?
Okay, a trend. I mean, Mean Girls, like, that's one thing, like, that, like, just scroll by. That's one thing for sure. I don't know if that's a trend, but it's something that bugs me. Or, okay, this is one that I've seen a lot, especially now being in the product space, is the way to promote their product is trying to tear down another company instead of focusing on their unique selling proposition and putting focus on why they can best add value to their customers. They're focusing on tearing down another company instead.
Like, they're going to talk crap about that company
in order to try to push sales to them instead of just focusing on what they have, the value they have to add to their customers. That's very, very, I don't like it.
Yeah.
But
to each their
own. It's not going to serve well. They may have short monetary gain from that, but it doesn't last. That doesn't last.
I just don't like it in general. Like, I think it's a red flag if, I'm going to give you an example really quick. Like, booth renters, right? I've had a lot of booth renters. I've had ins and outs. Some didn't work. Some, I've had my longest booth renters 4 years and my other one's going on 2 years. But I think that it's a red flag when I hear them talking bad about the salon that they came from.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, how do I see you? That was like my first impression of you.
Yes.
Yep.
So 100%. We actually hire based off on that. So in our interview process, if they are just bagging on their previous employer, I honestly see more of a red flag in them. There could be some truth to it, but okay. For example, for us, right, we're in the beauty industry, especially hairdressers. I feel like they deal with this more. If they have a client sit in their chair and be like, I've been to 5 hairstylists, they've never been able to do my hair right.
Yes.
You're going to be like, ooh, red flag. This is going to be a really unpleasable client, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's the same thing. Like when we're hiring team members or booth renters too, it's like, you're going to be a problem. Like,
you just know
you're the common denominator. So if you're having this issue everywhere you go, you're the common denominator here. So no, I'm running.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not, you're not welcome. Yeah, I already see it. I could see and also too, like if I just know that this person's not going to get along with my team, why would I bring this person in?
Culture is so important. And I've just like recently seen the ramifications of allowing someone in that doesn't fit culture. It's a slow poison to the rest of your team. Whether they're like W-2 employees or renters, like there's you have to guard culture with everything. Yeah. It's important.
I'm going to get into the real questions now, you guys. Okay. I've been getting into some juicy ones, some business ones. But I want some like personal questions. Okay.
How personal are we?
She's like, oh my gosh. She's like, I'm scared.
I'm an open book. I'll share whatever. I don't care.
What's something about your journey that might be surprised to hear? Let's start from there. Go a little easy on her right now.
Something about my journey. Honestly, well, I think people would, because most people now know me through social media, right?
Yes.
So I think that I'm actually I'm actually an introvert. I am very good at doing, this is nice, like one-on-one, but like trade shows and all, I'm terrified. Like
really?
My husband, my stomach hurts before those things, before speaking things. Like I know how to, then I can kind of like break past that and like turn on and like do my thing. But I think that'd be something people are would be surprised about, is this isn't like super comfortable. I'm just willing to do it.
Yeah.
But I am an introvert and I really like to just hermit in my room, and like I'm hooked on this one show right now.
What is it? Oh my God.
24. I sound old. It's so old. They have flip phones in the show and everything.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's good. It's
Netflix?
Good. Hulu.
Fuck. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get Hulu. No, but I don't want to say I'm introverted. I'm not introverted, but I'm also shy, believe it or not. Like, I'm very extroverted, but I just get like, oh my God, what if this person doesn't like me? Like, I just feel like, I don't know. But people are like, howdy, you're not shy at all. Like, I don't see shy anywhere in you. But I can kind of understand when you go up and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm about to like, my stomach hurts turning. I don't know if I got to go to the restroom. I don't know what's going on. You're in front of so many future estheticians, they look up to you, so I can see that.
Yeah.
But maybe because now I know you, I can see you more extrovert for me.
Yeah.
Because we're on 101.
Yeah. I can do it. But then it takes a lot of time for me to refill my social battery.
Oh, same. How do you handle criticism or comparison online?
Ooh, okay. I like this. Okay. So, criticism, my first instinct is like, fuck you, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
But then I've grown a lot. So I'm like, okay, is there any truth to this? Like, is there room for me to improve on something? So I always like to ask that question, or even ask that of my husband. He'll be brutally honest with me, and I love that and appreciate that. Like, hey, is there any truth behind this? But then from there, it's like, I can only focus on controlling what I can control, and I cannot control what other people decide to think or say about me online. If they don't feed me, finance me, or they're not my spouse, what does it do for me to, like, I'm not going to put my energy into that. Now, there are some things, though, where it's really hard because it can be very character attacking and slandering and directly hurt the business. And then it needs to be like addressed. There are certain points when things need to be addressed. But for the most part, I would say, ask myself if there's any truth behind it. Do I need to be self-aware in some point and make any sort of changes? If not, and it's just banter talk, trying to hate, then I ignore it.
Yeah. So going to that question, there is a lot of stuff going on in the beauty industry, especially waxers. I'm not going to say what. Maybe you have an idea of what I'm talking about. Maybe groups online.
Like Facebook groups?
Yes. And there's a lot of people attacking this one person.
Yeah.
And I just feel like, for me personally, like, I can kind of understand the whole, like, why maybe they did that to this person, but also, like, I just feel like there's so many mean girls out there, like, and just attacking. You don't even know this person. You don't even know, like, like, now that I'm on social media and I do TikToks and YouTube and Instagram, like, people are just so mean.
Oh, yeah.
And I really try not letting it get to me. And then I see other people getting attacked, and I'm just like, should I speak up? I'm not going to speak up because then I don't want to get involved, But then it's a lot. Like, social media is a cruel place.
It definitely can be.
Especially in these freaking Facebook groups, man.
Yeah, it can get pretty tough. Hate is loud, love is silent. So people that are very loud and have kind of that pack mentality to gang up on someone, it's loud, so it feels very overbearing. But there's a lot of supporters too who will slide into DMs quietly, showing their support and their love for people as well. So I try to put my focus on that kind of stuff. But it's really, really hard when you're on the receiving end of that, especially when things are taken out of context and character is being questioned and bashed unfairly. It's really frustrating. It's hard to be on the other end of that. Yeah, it really is. Now, if someone does something that really, like, then there's accountability that needs to be had too. But there's a lot of things that just are straight untrue, and people jump on the bandwagon. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's fair or tasteful at all. But people are gonna be. It's part of the game. Yep. That's what happens.
Yep. And just social media, man.
Yep. Back. If you're gonna put yourself out there, it's gonna happen.
if you're, especially on social media, please, if it's just, you have to have a tight, what is it called? You have to be strong in a lot of, at first in the beginning when I was first doing social media, like people would say one little comment about me and I'm like,
yeah.
Now I'm like,
yeah. Come up with something better. Really? That's all you got.
What keeps you motivated on days you feel exhausted?
I no longer depend on motivation. I have created discipline. Motivation is a feeling and it comes and goes. So I've created my habits and my routines and my disciplines, and I keep promises to myself now, because if I like, you have to, that's how you build confidence is keeping promises to yourself. So I don't depend on motivation at all. It's very rare that I feel motivated, but I'm disciplined. So when creating a goal, I create the big goal, and then I create the actionable steps that I need to take on a daily basis or a weekly basis or a monthly basis that make it more realistic that I'm going to hit that goal. And instead of, when you create the goal at first, you're all motivated, but it's not very motivating to, like, I'll use weight loss, for example, because I'm almost to 80 pounds lost over the past 3 years.
What?
Yes, 80 pounds. So I was motivated, right? I wanted to lose weight. Wanting something isn't enough. You can want it all you want, but it's not going to do anything. But then it's not very fun or motivating to meal prep and to track macros and to go to the gym and get the cardio sessions in and drink the water. But when you create the routines and the discipline, that's what I focus on now. It's just
you
creating
lost
the discipline.
80 pounds in 3 years?
It's like 78 pounds. I'm almost 80.
I don't even really
go look at my old videos. Even like a year ago. It's crazy the progression and the change.
Chance, you too?
Mm-hmm. Yep. He started at 320. I started at 215. Now I'm like almost to 135. Wait, am I doing my math right? Someone do the math. Now they're like, see, she's a liar.
Oh my God, don't cancel us over that. What legacy do you want to leave behind in the beauty industry? Something, give me something.
Yeah. I want women to raise their bar. And whether the vehicle is the beauty industry, I just want them to know you are able to create your dream life, whatever that is. That dream can look different for everybody, but I want people to be willing to break the limiting beliefs and just go for it and not quit. It's until you hit that goal.
I love that.
That's the legacy. I want people to believe in themselves a little bit more and bet on themselves, but then put in the action and do the work.
Yeah. Because how do you expect it to come, right?
Yeah.
About working.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
We're about to end this podcast, but before we end this podcast, we used to always end it with a quote, but now we're going to end it with any last minute things that you want to say, anything, questions that you have that you want to leave off. Or what else? Let me ask you one before you answer that. Is there anything that we have to look forward this year?
From
I just give me a little glimpse, please. I need something.
I've really, okay, wait, hold on. Let me think about this.
Give me a little tease. I'm trying to get
So one of my biggest things is I want to help others increase their income, right? So there's going to be multiple ways to join in with us more to be able to increase income and have different opportunities without having to fully build things by yourself from scratch. So that kind of leaves a little open-ended, but I just want to give more opportunity for people to progress from, because right now we've focused so much from student to then like licensed esthetician, like landing your first job. Then we progressed to now we're really focused on solo estheticians and them perfecting technique and increasing their income. Now I want to help women that want to transition, or men and anyone in the beauty industry, to transition into working their way out of the treatment room and not having to be in the treatment room only as their only source of income, but with support.
I'm trying to see what it is. I know that, Marilyn Beauty, shout out to her. She's our next guest, right?
Awesome.
She's planning these events, right? If we have an event you have an event, let me know.
Oh,
I'm going.
Yeah.
If it's in Oregon, I'm going, okay? Because yes, like you said, I feel like these events are getting big. Everyone wants to do them, and it was so fun, right? Did you have fun?
It was fun.
Yeah. Did you just come in for the event?
We made, like, she had asked me, and then we made a, what do you call that? Kill two birds with one stone.
Oh,
we had a new niece that was born down here.
Oh, so you kind of...
So we came to visit, and then we lined it up to make sure we could be there.
I know, you know, when I met you over there, I was like, should I go up there? Should I do this? Should it's the right time? Like, I'm a little intimidated.
Oh, geez.
But
why?
Then, I don't
By
know.
me?
You know, it's one of those moments where you kind of like, I mostly interact with them online, and it's like, do I know this person? Like, how do I go around this question of like, hey, do you like a podcast? And
I know, I remember you asked me. I was like, I think so. I have my own podcast.
Yeah. But you know what, you guys, to be fair, I had taken like 2 tequila shots, and I'm a mom, and I don't drink like that.
I saw her coming around with it. I was like, nope, not me.
No, and I'm not doing that.
It's fine. You had fun.
I know, but you know what? I'm like, you know what? That's exactly why, because I don't know what's coming out of this now.
Hey, I'm here. I'm on your podcast. It worked.
But it was fun. It was fun, and I'm so glad.
It was fun.
Anything that you want to leave off?
Okay, you mentioned a quote, so then my mind kind of got stuck on a quote. Something that we've always lived by, and I learned this from my grandma. It was actually her Facebook banner on her, and it still is. She's passed away now, but it's still on there. It's still on there. It's by Zig Ziglar. You can have anything you want in this life if you just help other people achieve what it is that they want. So if you lead with servant leadership, anything's possible. Anything.
Oh, I love that. And I love that it's still up.
Yeah, it's still up.
Oh, by the way, is your grandfather too? Is he still here?
Yes, he's still here. He lives in Huntington. Yeah, he's still around. My grandma passed. This is kind of crazy. I won't get to. My mom passed away at a certain hospital. 20 years later, almost to the day, my grandma passed away at the same hospital as well.
Wow.
Yeah. So we were newly married, 23 when she passed. So she passed young from cancer. So, but she left. I am determined to carry on the legacy. She is very much about women empowerment and breaking through limiting beliefs and just creating the dream life that you want.
I love that. And you really did, because you just said what is on her Facebook right now.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for coming on my podcast.
Thank you for having me.
And I hope to see you again.
Yes, absolutely.
Bye, guys.
Bye.